When I started in NHS, there's not many people that look like me.
Growing up, I would be walking to school and people used to open the windows and say, "Go home, Packy." And I was 8.
We do, whether we like it or not, exist in a state of structural racism.
I've always felt I have to work a little bit harder than my colleagues.
Slavery was meant to have ended years ago, but that thinking is still very much with us.
You know, there's this saying back in Trinidad, if you don't stand for something, you fall for anything.
There's something that you feel in the room sometimes. We have conversations about equality and diversity where you look around the room and it's a sea of white faces.
I think for several years I'm the only senior matron who looks like me. A few years after that we've got another. So there's only 2 of us who's from diverse background, and we try very much to support each other. Because of that, you make yourself work harder, you give a bit more. I don't have to keep on proving myself, but you do as someone from diverse background.
I never thought progression was for people that looked like me. It was only when I started working in the clinical commissioning group and my manager said, "Shama, I want to talk to you about progression." I was thinking back to being in society growing up, but not necessarily part of it. So I thought, how can I climb a ladder that I don't even think I'm part of, actually?
That's where I think we need to start from changing the mindsets, particularly among the white people. There needs to be a partnership between the black and the white. In terms of talent, you've got BME people with equal, if not more qualifications, because there are 200 million Nigerians. I'll use myself perhaps as an example. I said I'm a professor of clinical pharmacy and pharmacy practice, but I have been the only member of my senior management team for the last 10, 11 years.
A couple of years ago, I was on the National Ready Now programme, which is for senior minority ethnic leaders. And it was a very difficult programme for me because what it did is it challenged exactly that I was leaving my identity at home thinking, right, now today's Monday, so I have to go to the NHS to work, and now it's Saturday, so I have to cook some Asian food and wear my shalwar kameez. It helped me to understand that I can't be the best I am if I don't bring all of me to work. And actually, what's that done today for me as a leader is I feel much more integrated in myself as a person. I can be a better leader, I can support other people, and for white majority managers and white majority leaders to be able to be comfortable and feel safe in addressing issues and supporting minority ethnic staff.
When I first started at Ipswich Hospital, the chief exec there, Nick, gave a talk at the first induction, and the expression that he used is the care that you walk past is the care that you accept.
The NHS has to create an environment that enables people to feel, that their skills, their experience would make a difference, but give them the confidence to be able to, take that step. It's about certainly at the most senior levels in our organizations, people showing and our leaders showing that commitment. That includes me. I'm a senior leader. Even as a minority senior leader, I still have to be able to demonstrate and show that, commitment to addressing any inequalities that exist.
Trauma is hard to explain because unless you've lived it, you can't fully understand what it is like. You can't. I was managing a team. I recognized pretty early that I had one particular person who didn't like when I gave out tasks. She didn't like when it came from me. We were both in the office together. She then proceeds to walk around the desk, and then she proceeds to stand next to me. And she holds a disinfectant spray bottle to my head like a gun, like this. She then proceeds to spray me with the disinfectant. Disinfectant in my hair, on the side of my face, on my glasses, all over my desk. She then walked back over to her desk. I was so angry. I was angry because I wanted to fight. And I know that if I fought, I would be the issue. I walked out of that office. I went to the bathroom for 15 minutes. I cried and cried and cried and cried. And there was a big investigation. It took almost 9 months. The person still works in the organization. I've had to have therapy over this. A microaggression is part of racism. It's part of the structure.
When people infer that you don't quite know what you're doing, or you're not quite competent to make decisions, or who are you to tell me what to do, even though I am eminently qualified.
When I walk into a room, it's very easy to tell that I'm a black man, but when it comes to your work being valued, it always feels that you just could do a little bit more.
I'd never looked at a job and thought, oh, but has a white person ever done that job? Is any characteristic that just makes up who I am gonna be something which could potentially hold me back in any way?
As a diverse person, I don't expect the world to change for me. The change is within me. But I would ask my colleagues and the patients is just take hold and be aware of your personal biases and actually outwardly stop it if you hear it. If we all do that, then it will ripple across. It will ripple across nationally in NHS, in any organization.
Absolutely, I think the will is there. But that needs to turn into demonstrable actions. And I think it needs to be something where the space is created for people to have those conversations and people to recognise the importance of that.
People are different, accept the difference, celebrate the difference, and enjoy the difference. And that makes the world a richer and a better place, in my opinion.